Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another Sims Info and Thoughts video. So this time I want to go over a pair of blog posts that went up on thesims.com that I didn't get to talk about in yesterday's video as much as I wanted to. First, there's the blog post talking about the new roadmap that stretches from now until the end of the year. So I mentioned in my previous video that at the beginning of the blog post, among the other things mentioned in the roadmap, they also mentioned that there's supposed to be 2 exciting kits. However, that turns out to be an error because now at the bottom of the post, there's an update saying a previous headline incorrectly mentioned that 2 kits would be released as part of the new season. We've removed it and apologize for the error. Yes! Yes! This quarter just got so much better. I've been saying for so long, like, I would love to just, even though it's unrealistic to hope for kits to go away entirely, to at least have a break for 1 quarter without any kits. And it's happening. I can't believe it. But yeah, we got the return of stuff packs, we're getting kits going on break for this quarter, and somehow a 3rd expansion pack for this year. The Sims is healing. Well, as long as these packs turn out to be good anyways. But yeah, we still do have the community voted kits coming early next year, so the first quarter is almost certainly going to have kits, but at least they will be ones that we chose. Though, since stuff packs obviously took a huge backseat to kits, to the point where kits are actually labeled as stuff packs with the initials SP in the game's code, I wonder if kits might still slow down a bit at least, so that we're not consistently getting 2 kits every quarter. So it'll be interesting to see how that unfolds in 2024. We gotta talk about the rest of this blog post though, because it is quite interesting. So hustle and bustle, that is the theme of this roadmap. Embrace the hustle and bustle of Sims 4 with 1 tasty stuff pack and a neighborly expansion pack. Life is busier than ever, but hustle culture isn't what it used to be. It's time to throw out the bad chaos of the hustle and bustle and trade it in for the good so you can own your own storyline. Tune into the exploration of new passions and tune out the noise that gets in the way of them. Whether you're learning to cook for the first time or rekindling your love for it, building a new home for you and yours, or cultivating a local community, embrace the hustle and bustle, get busy. The phrase hustle and bustle always makes me think of the city, so hopefully that's a hint that the expansion pack will have a city world, because I've been craving that for quite a while now. So many of the recent worlds are very rural in nature, except for San Sequoia, but it wasn't quite there. It wasn't quite the sort of city that I wanted to see. Not just because it's the millionth North American inspired world we got, but also it didn't go full on city. Like Anchor Point Wharf got close to it, but it's still not, say, on the level of San Myshuno. I do find the tune into the exploration of new passions part interesting, because it probably is just talking about the new Home Chef Hustle stuff pack, but it might not be only about that. It could also be hinting at what the expansion pack would be about, so maybe it's hobbies? That would be pretty cool, because that's exactly what I want to see for the next expansion pack. And tuning out the noise that gets in the way of them. I guess that could be another hint that it is going to be a city world. Perhaps part of that noise for our Sims to tune out are cars that our Sims could finally own. That would also be pretty great. Then with the first part of that last sentence, whether you're learning to cook for the first time or rekindling your love for it, obviously about the stuff pack, but building a new home for you and yours, or cultivating a local community, that is definitely about the next expansion packs. So could it have a real estate focus? Could we be getting more apartments finally? Perhaps we're getting the ability to finally own a second home, especially because in the roadmap it shows 2 keys, not just 1. And they're definitely house keys, not car keys, not just because of the shape of the keys, but also the fact that there's a house icon hanging off the keychain. But man, I would have absolutely lost it on stream if those had been car keys instead. Like, yeah, I was pretty hype about the return of stuff packs, but I mean, imagine that times 10 for cars. Whenever we do get a Cars update announcement, or at least even just a huge hint towards it, I hope that is a moment that I catch on camera with my reaction, because that's just a feature in particular that I've been fighting so passionately for years. But anyways, they also mentioned cultivating a local community, which instantly reminds me of eco lifestyle, since you have the feature of neighborhood action plans, where you and the Sims living in the same neighborhood can vote on certain policies to enact just for that neighborhood. But hopefully there won't be as many annoyances with that, even though I absolutely love the idea. I suppose pairing hobbies with a community focus could be an interesting angle and make it different enough from The Sims 2 Free Time, because Free Time did have those hobby-based contests like the cooking competition, but beyond that, I wouldn't say it's a very community-focused pack exactly. I think it could also go well with Home Chef Hustle, because that's basically a hobbies-focused stuff pack focused on just one hobby in particular, but I would think that a broader hobbies pack would also have cooking as part of it. Of course, there is the possible drawback that if they did do this, that it would feel like the gameplay was taken out of the expansion pack to be sold separately as a stuff pack, but with the stuff pack coming out before the expansion pack instead of after, like the cats and dogs and My First Pet stuff situation. But it is funny though that they're labeling this as a neighborly expansion pack, because if we didn't have Growing Together earlier this year, I'd be like, oh my god, Generations expansion for The Sims 4, let's go! But we already have that, so that adds even more mystery to it. But I'm definitely intrigued to find out more. At least it's not something that has me immediately pessimistic. I'm just really curious to see what this is truly gonna be. Oh yeah, and one last thing, they also do say again and more like they did on the previous roadmap. So now that the and more of the previous roadmap ended up being a second Behind the Sims livestream that reveals the return of stuff packs and another expansion pack, it's like, oh gosh, is there gonna be yet like another huge surprise? Because now I almost feel like it's setting up potentially unhealthy expectations. Because even last year in the Behind the Sims livestream, they said that we were only getting 2 expansion packs, but now we're getting a third one. So it's also like, could 2024 also have 3 expansion packs? I wouldn't be surprised if some expect that, though I would not be shocked if we go back down to 1. Now, I want to talk about the other blog post. It is a recap of Behind the Sims, but it also reveals something that for some reason was not in the presentation. So first, there is a bit of talk about the stuff pack that I want to highlight. So they say that from food-themed accessories, jumpers, and aprons for the whole family, we plan to have your Sims looking like amateur chefs. Because I think there's probably 1, if not 2, more gameplay objects to reveal. And with them saying that there's aprons for the whole family, that probably means that we'll have some stuff for kids. So maybe we will have a gameplay object for kids as well. Maybe like a little easy bake oven. I think that would be pretty adorable. In the next paragraph, they talk about the waffle maker representing the Nordic style of waffle, thin and crispy, that can be boosted with flavors, including cured fish and dill, and the North American favorite, chicken and waffles. But I wonder if we're gonna have any shapes of waffles besides the heart shape, because I figured if we were ever gonna get waffles in The Sims 4, they would be just the more like, just, I don't know what you call it, just like the more rectangular shape. Though personally, more recently, I've become more fond of the Belgian waffle. At first, I thought they were only talking about heart-shaped waffles because they would just be pushing the representation factor, especially with this new European Maxis team helping out on the stuff pack, but now I'm second-guessing it. Even if it does end up being only the heart-shaped waffles, it's not a big deal to me at all, but yeah, just a surprising direction, really. A bit further down in the post, they say, "What? Did you think we'd forget to mention the community-voted kits? Keep an eye out early next year for the release of the Goth Galore and Castle Estate kits. Here's another first look." So we have the official names for them already. For Goth Galore, we have a concept art piece for some biker boots. I think these already look pretty rad, even though I think I have custom content of this in my game, but still, seeing an official version is pretty nice. And then for Castle Estate, we have the concept piece of a window. Yeah, it's a pretty nice window. I don't have much else to say about that, but it'll be interesting to see what the whole kit looks like when you make a build with it. Before I end this video, I want to speculate a little bit more about Home Chef Hustle, because with that shot with the Sims selling their food, there's pizza there. So then, where would the pizza come from? I think we are getting pizza ovens back. We did have that in The Sims 3 Monte Vista, one of the worlds on The Sims 3 store. I loved using that thing, so that would be amazing if we got that. A blender for smoothies would be pretty cool. I've seen a few people suggest that, but with the drinks on the right side of this food stand, they're all ones that we have in the game, or at least the red and blue ones I've seen many times. I'm not 100% sure where the yellow and orange one is from, what drink that is, but yeah, I imagine that's also not new. So I think that might not be a thing. I don't think we're getting smoothies. I would like to see a toaster, but we're already getting a waffle maker, so perhaps that's going a little too heavy on breakfast food in particular when this is not strictly breakfast themed. Otherwise, I think the name of this stuff pack would be different. But hey, if the next expansion pack is about hobbies, maybe that's when we'll get toasters. It's also interesting that we're already getting the trailer for this stuff pack tomorrow. So, stuff packs were typically announced 1 week in advance of their release date, so we might already have another base game update next Tuesday with the stuff pack releasing on Thursday. I will record a trailer reaction video for this, so look forward to that. Thankfully, I do have Thursday off work. And that wraps up another Sims Info and Thoughts video, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on everything I talked about, and be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!